No one deserves to die the way she died. No one deserves, even my worst enemy does not deserve such a death. And as women, we need to do something about it to stop it. Fuck. Hi, Sophia. Thank you for stopping by. So last week I was having a conversation with a good friend of mine that I've known for a few years, and she confessed to me, or rather she shared with me that her boyfriend, or rather her husband, because they're married, her husband has been sending her threatening messages telling her that if she ever leaves her, if she ever leaves him, she's going to kill both himself, her, and their 2 kids. They're married with 2 kids. And to me, it was really frightening that she's still in this loveless relationship. She told me point blank she does not love her husband, and she's only staying with him because she's afraid. She's afraid of her life, and she's afraid of her kid's life. The husband knows that this woman, her kids are her life, basically. She's only living because of her kids, and she knows for him to get to her, all he needs to do is just threaten the lives of the kids, and the woman will stay. She told me all this in confidence, but the reason why I'm sharing it is yesterday, or rather the day before yesterday, there was this case of Ivy Wangeshi. For those who don't know about Ivy, she was a 6th-year student at Moy University doing medicine, and a guy, a stalker, a boyfriend, we're not still very sure who this person was to Ivy's life, came and just literally hacked her to death. And when I'm talking about hacked her, I mean literally that, like with an axe, he just ended her life. When I saw this story, I immediately thought of my friend. I just thought, oh my God, this could have very easily been my friend who's going through this. And as a friend, I personally don't know how to help her, because I've already asked her, like we go to feed her, or like we find some sort of help, but you need to get away from this guy. But my friend is so scared, she just has to stay. Every day she prays that the husband will maybe fall in love with someone else and just dump her. That's all she's praying for, like, God, let this guy leave me. So far she says that the guy has never laid a hand on her, like he's never been physically abusive, but she has proof that this guy is going to do something to her one day. She has all the SMSs, because he also threatens her through the phone, so she has all the SMSs, she has everything. And she told me, Abby, if anything ever happens to me, just know it's my husband. Like, do not doubt it, it's my husband. Go to my phone, you'll find the messages, they're all saved, it's my husband. And as a friend, I'm just sitting here thinking, well, what else can I do? Like, I've tried to tell you, we go look for help, but you're scared, and it's understandable that you're scared. Funny thing is, my friend is very independent, because I asked her, like, if your husband left you right now, would you be able to pay for the kids? Would you be able to pay for the rent? And she's like, yeah, financially she'll be fine. Like, she does not care for getting, she does not care about getting money from her husband. And then this Ivy thing happened, and now I'm just stuck here thinking, what next for Kenyan women? Like, what next? Because we are going in the South African way. In South Africa, as of last year, they're recording rapes of 116 women on average, 116 per day. Women were being raped and killed in South Africa. It got to a point where now the government had to step in, more stringent rules and regulations had to be put in. Women were marching on the streets asking men to stop killing them. And I feel like in Kenya, we're slowly moving towards that South African direction. Where it started or how, I don't know. So right now, I want you to think of someone that you love, a female in your life. Think of a friend, a sister, your mother, your daughter, a cousin. Think of someone that you truly, truly love in your life who's a female. Then imagine that today morning you got a phone call, or maybe you saw a Facebook post or an Instagram post, and it said that your friend has been brutally murdered by the person that they loved, by a man that they trusted. This story is not, this thing, it just doesn't, it sounds like a Hollywood movie, but these are things that are happening right here in our country. Men are killing our girls. And we don't know where this thing is coming from or why it is happening, but our women are dying in the hands of the men that they love. These men that are killing them are not strangers. These are men that these women know. And it doesn't matter what this woman has done to you, killing is not justified. Does not matter how many millions this woman has stolen from you or how many millions you've spent on this woman. Killing is not justifiable in any situation. You cannot kill someone, especially not for love, not for money. I mean, if people are killing each other for money, then Jeff Bezos by now would have killed his wife. He paid her almost 40 million USD for a divorce. And now you buy a woman flowers, then she rejects you, and all of a sudden you're killing her. Where are we going as a nation? Where are we going as Kenya? Why are men killing us? So I am making this video because I want to talk to you as a woman. I'm not saying that men have no role to play, but I just feel like this is our problem. We are the ones getting killed, so we are the ones to take action when it comes to this. Women, we need to now make more noise. We need to be more active when it comes to our lives and when it comes to controlling our lives. It's gotten to a point where we cannot depend on the government to do anything. If anything is to go by, the government really does not care that women are being killed in this country. I mean, look at the case of Sharon Otieno, killed by the governor, a sitting governor, a governor who's still running, who's still in office, Obado. Yes, someone is innocent until proven guilty, but the fact that he is a key suspect means that he should have stepped aside and waited for the investigations to be carried on. But look at our government. This guy is still in office. So what kind of example are we showing our young boys, our young men? We can just show them, hey, if you have power, you can do anything to a woman. This guy is still, we are paying him a salary. We as Kenyans, our taxes are paying him a salary. A man who's suspected of killing a pregnant woman. So no, the government is not on our side. Let's not sit here and wait for the government to do anything. If anything is to go by, the government does not give a shit that women in this country are being killed. For some men in this country, that ship has sailed. Like, we cannot change their mentality. That's just who they are. Let's just move on with our lives. But for other people, I think there's still something that as women, there is a role that we can play when it comes to changing the mindset of the men in this country. I'm talking, if you're in the care of a young boy, as young as 1 year old, if you have a nephew, you have a son, you're a caregiver, you're a teacher at school, start teaching our boys. Let us start teaching our boys the value of women. Let us start showing them that a woman is an equal and that their life we're not here for their pleasure. Women are not here to please men. Women are also as equal as men are. Let's start teaching them that from as young as 1 year old. Let them start knowing the value of a woman, so that maybe in 20, 30 years' time, we're raising gentlemen. And women, if you've ever been treated badly by a man and you've been always wishing to have a gentleman in your life, start by that boy in your neighborhood, that neighbor's kid. Start teaching him how to be a gentleman. Start teaching him how to respect women and how to treat people as human beings. Women, let's start having conversations with our teenage sons. Let's start talking to them about love. Let's start telling them that their hearts will inevitably be broken. And it's okay, because they will also break somebody else's heart. But what they cannot do is to go and kill someone just because they were rejected. Let's start having open conversations with our boys, telling them that, yes, at times you're going to spend a lot of money on a woman and she will still reject you. So it doesn't matter how much money you have or how much money you've spent on this person. This woman has a right to reject you if she wants to. And guess what? There's nothing you can do. It's just how life is made up. From January of 2019 to date, there have been almost 50 murders of women. Women who were not sick, women who did not get into an accident. It's just women who died in the hands of men. Almost 50. And we're on the 4th month. So imagine how many more women are going to die in this country by the time we get to December. It is high time that as women, we do not depend on men, we do not depend on the government, we depend on ourselves to voice ourselves, to voice our voices. Because I know today you're saying, oh, it happened to someone there and it happened to someone here. But wait until the day it happens to you, or it happens to someone that you truly love. It could happen to your neighbor, it could happen to your cousin, to your workmate. Let's start voicing these issues. Let's start telling men that our bodies are not for play. Like, we're not just here to please them. We're not just here to be murdered if ever we reject them in any way. What is sad is we have women leaders in our country, very powerful women leaders, whether in politics or business, women leaders in our country who are not doing anything about this. And the thing is, and I blame myself as well, I'm not just saying it's you, I'm included in that as well. We have all this outrage when a woman is murdered, and then all of a sudden people walk in the streets and people shout and people do this and that, then people go back to their normal lives. And it's so sad that every time when this happens, we have an outrage. But then again, nothing ever happens. The past 4 or 5 years, look at all the women who've been murdered in this country. Nothing has been done to the perpetrators. These people are not arrested. These people are not taken to they're not taken to account for whatever they've done. And I feel like that is what is encouraging them to keep doing this to us. If we had more strict rules and start showing our boys the example, start showing them that, hey, doesn't matter how much money you have in this country, doesn't matter what background, how powerful your parents are. If you do this to a woman, if you do this to a human being, you will face the consequences. You will go to prison. You will get punished. But we are not doing this as a country. I mean, look at cases like Monica and the Joey saga. It fizzled out. Who's talking about this thing anymore? You know, who's talking about it? Look at the Mary Wamboi saga that happened. Who's talking about it anymore? Like, we get outraged for 2 minutes, and then after that we go back to our normal life until another Ivy happens. So yesterday was Ivy. Who's going to be next? A lot needs to change in this country if females are ever to survive, because the way things are going, we're going the South African way. And a lot needs to happen. Men have to be told. It's a shame that men have to be told, but they do. They have to be told. They have to be taught the value of being a woman, and they have to be taught about love, and they have to be taught about money, and they have to be taught about the value of being a woman. This video is not about feminism. It's just about being a human being and just valuing the life of a human being, be it a man or a woman. It's about telling you that we need to be more accountable. We need to raise our boys differently, because the direction that we're going is completely wrong. We need to teach our women about their own value. And we need to also tell them that if a man is not treating you well, please, you need to leave. And the thing is, before a man actually takes an axe and kills you, signs are always there. Signs are always there that this man is going to do something bad one day. One day he's going to do it. Women, don't take threats as a joke. No one jokes about killing you. No one goes like, haha, siku moja nitakuua wewe. One day I'm going to murder you with an axe. No one does that. They're not joking. When they say it, they mean it. So whether they're saying it in a joking way, whether they're saying it because they're drunk, let's stop making excuses for men. The moment a guy says it, it means he's been thinking about it, and he's been thinking about it for a while, to the point that he's now saying it. And from saying it, he's going to actually do it. So the moment a guy threatens you, whether it's by text, whether it's by the actions that he's doing, leave. That's enough for you to leave. And whether you're dating or not, whether he was stalking you or not, that's already a red flag. Just know that this guy is going to do this. You don't know when he's going to do it. You don't know how he's going to do it, but he will do it. Those are not empty threats. So stop making excuses for these guys. The moment you're threatened, just leave. Just go. A threat is as good as the action. If you look back at these stories, if you talk to the friends of these women who have been shot dead or slit throats and all that, when you talk to their friends, you'll find out that there's always been that pattern. This guy, maybe it was just a slap here, a slap there, or maybe it was a threatening text here and there, and then finally he actually does it. So it's something that just grows slowly. So for him to actually one day wake up and do it, he's been giving you these signs all along. Maybe for even 5-10 years, he's been giving you these signs, but you never looked at them seriously. Women, let's wake up, let's take action. Let us not have another Ivy situation happening. For a man to be that brave, to actually walk in broad daylight and hack a woman to death, it means we've gotten to levels where we cannot control it. Like they're that brazen these days. They do it in front of everyone. And honestly, I will not be surprised if this guy does not face the law. At this point in this country, I would not be surprised if this guy walks free. I will not be surprised. Like I said, in our country, men, the government does not value women. They do not value our lives. So something needs to change, and it needs to start changing from us. I don't know Ivy. I don't know her friends. I don't know her family. But when I read about that story, I got really emotional about it. And no one deserves their lives being taken away like that. Men, this is a message to you now. Please, please stop killing us. For whatever reason, doesn't matter what we've done to you, just stop killing us. Please just stop killing us. My name is Ebi Weyime. I make videos every Thursday and Sunday at 7 p.m. Please like this video, share, and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you next week.